On the air, episode 170.
Oh, look at that! We're live from the Lost 100 Studios in sunny San Diego, California. On the air, it's back on the air. It's at the Lost today. I'm Sully, that's Little Tommy, that's very good Godwin. That is the On the Air band of Sullivan. And look at this live studio audience in the Lost 100 Studios. Oh my God. Seems like we never left. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Wow, we had a great summer. This is the first time we actually took summer off.
Yes.
Right, Tommy?
It was awesome.
And if you're wondering where the rest of Tommy is, he left it out walking the trails of San Diego. Did he look great? Tommy is the shadow of his former self.
Yeah. Well, true story. You know, February 13th of this year, I almost died.
Yeah.
And so, you know,
Was it on stage or was it really dying? I know.
And then I lost a bunch of weight, and then I celebrated.
You did not lose weight because you were sick.
I know,
you lost it because you worked.
But I celebrated by eating, and I'm still celebrating, so I gained it back.
Well,
but
you did not. You look fantastic, and it's great to see you back and healthy.
But give it up for the live studio audience. You know,
so, while we're on that subject, let's start. We're really going to push for studio audience because I think what we're going to do, Mary and I were talking, is we get a threshold of a certain amount of people.
Yep.
We're going to feed them. So we'll do, and we'll even let you guys pick the food truck, whether it's Urban Pizza, Taco Love. What is our barbecue guy that we like so much? The Cali Country thing.
Cali Barbecue.
Cali Barbecue.
Yeah.
yes.
We have to get to what is it? 40 people? Want to say 40 people?
40 at least.
So how do we get
45.
in? How do you get in?
Email me at audience@loft100studios.com.
Okay.
Then they can get into this wonderful place and have a lot of fun.
So you had an interesting summer. Oh, no, she's
I had a lot of
she's
things
gonna start. She's gonna start crying
I
now.
cry. Oh, I had a lot of fun things happen, and
Well,
I
I
also
mean,
sent a daughter to college.
So what was that like here?
What?
What was that like?
It was, it was amazing.
What's it like? First of all, what's it like now? How do you feel
Okay.
now?
She is not calling me as often as I thought she was going to. This is real, you guys. This is real. I thought we were going to talk
No,
every
I would
day.
expect if you'd be okay with it. Like now you got something at free time.
I do. It's pretty awesome. And she's going to my alma mater, which is also pretty cool because I can visualize where she is.
That's the link.
And
Tommy.
I can actually see it on Life 360.
Well, that's the problem is that she remembers her.
Exactly. That is a bit of
So
a
did you
problem.
tell her she can't go to parties, watch her drinks and stuff?
No, but I do stalk her on Life 360. Nice. So
What is this Live 360
it's
you
an
speak
app
of?
where you can see exactly to the number of the house where she is.
Does she know you're doing this?
So if anyone knows UC Santa Barbara,
Oh, you just told everybody where your daughter's going to Nicole.
Well,
That's
they're
smart.
not going to go find her. DP is very famous for being a place of parties. And so on a Friday night, I can kind of see she's there on DP. But you know what? I don't worry about her. I trust her.
I do.
Yes, she's doing great though. She loves it, and I have another daughter that's a senior prepping to go to college next year. So.
Well, I want to say personally thanks to the audience for all of the email and text messages and everything. We were out and about the city saying, when are you guys coming back? We just needed a break. I mean, we did how many shows? What number show is this again?
This is episode 170.
So we did 169 shows with literally without taking a break.
We were like the Eagles at the end. We were fighting each other.
Yeah. So this is our we had the Beach Boys farewell tour the last show, and now we're back. We weren't fighting at all. We needed to have some time, and we had a lot of stuff going on with the band all summer long.
And speaking of the band,
look at these guys.
You know, I missed the band. And
tell them about the movie.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I've been following you guys. I'm proud because you guys were on tour. You guys played everywhere.
Yeah, we went to Louisville, Kentucky, played the Bourbon Beyond Festival. We played Beach Life Festival up in Redondo Beach.
People are singing the lyrics to
what's really strange is when people are singing "Oh California" back to us in Louisville. That is a thing. That choked me up a little bit. I never expected to see that. But what's really exciting is last year we released a bunch of music when I wrote with Rome from Sublime with Rome, who's now doing a solo career. He and I wrote a song called Seasons. It was a Christmas song. So the song got picked to be in a movie by Tyler Perry called Finding Joy, which comes out any day now on Prime Video. And they're going to play it in the movie theaters. But our song Seasons is coming out. So that's really
find it on Spotify too.
Yeah.
Seasons.
So when you guys were on tour, how much did you get paid and what do you pay the band?
Well, it's two different
Bringing it back to
two different stories. It's two, yeah. Anyway, Tommy. nothing, and more.
But it's sure good to be here. I mean,
It is. Well, one more thing. We have for the band this year we decided when I was doing talk radio for many years on Coco Radio. I don't know if you I know many of you were listening. Every time I started the show, I started with the same song. It was the Mighty Mighty Bosstones impression that I get.
That's right.
So when the label said you guys should do a cover song, I said we need to do Impression That I Get by the Mighty Mighty Bosstones. So we did, and as a result of that, I got to meet Dickie Barrett, the lead singer and the guy who wrote the song, the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, and he ended up being in our video, which we may or may not be able to show you today.
Ooh.
In its entirety. But
I think we will.
We'll see what happens. So.
We need
we
to.
will.
It's
We
really
got it.
good.
Well, we got a show to do.
Yes.
Let's get it going.
Let's do it.
Look, what do we got?
Let's bring out our first guest.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Rock 105.3 The Show, give it up for Eddie Pappani!
Look who's here.
Good.
What's up, buddy?
So, guys.
Great to see you.
Oh, man, I've missed you guys.
I missed you too.
Man, I'm really caught
I
up
didn't miss
on
you.
live golf, though.
Yeah.
So I know what's going on.
I didn't miss you because I listen to you all the time anyway.
There you go.
But I mean, I didn't miss seeing you in here.
Yeah, I really do.
And you got your P1s
Yeah,
over
this
there?
is awesome.
Oh, is this-
I know those guys.
Is this part of your audience?
Yeah. I don't
Isn't it when you guys listen to these guys in the morning? Because I'm fans too. Isn't it like you're part of the? It's like you're starting a restaurant. You want to be part of a conversation at that table over there. Yeah. I think that's a definition of good talk radio.
They just join us, though. You know,
Right.
They sit down and join
So
us for the meal.
what's the definition of a P1?
It's funny because it's kind of a radio term, as you know. It's priority one listener.
Yeah.
But we created this years ago where we just started calling all our listeners, you're the priority here. So whatever you guys want, you're going to get. Hopefully you use us preset one on your radio.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, nice.
What's going on with the show? What's same group, same guys? Or what's life
Same
like?
crew. You know, it's me, Sky, Thor, and Emily. The biggest news is Thor, literally any second, is going to be a new dad.
No
First-time
kidding.
dad.
I think I saw him put together a stroller.
So his wife she's ready to go.
You know what's funny is if you know Thor and we go back like you never would have thought.
Oh, it's crazy. They for years said no kids,
Right.
kids, and then they just
something
decided, you know
happened.
what? Yeah, you know, I don't know, I don't know what, but yeah, all of a sudden they decided they were going to do it, and literally that's been just loads and loads of content
Right on.
because that guy is
So
going to
fun.
be.
So how long are you lasting?
You need to follow that story closely. 'cause I
Oh,
wanna see
you're
that in the
telling
next
me.
6 months.
I
It's
got
been
a
wild.
question.
Yes, sir.
And I think I ask you this all the time because it amazes me. You've been around forever.
Yeah.
Now with all the changes in radio
Tommy, yeah.
and all the headlines we see
Sure.
from iHeart,
Yeah.
Eddie Pappani in the show remains.
Yeah.
Why is that? What do you do that you're untouchable?
Nobody's untouchable, that's for sure. But we just are ourselves. That's the secret.
I think it's what we talked about in the beginning.
It is.
It
You
sounds
just-
like you're part of the show, right? I mean, don't you guys feel like you know these guys and anything that comes out of their mouth is no
The other two
surprise?
guys that are going to be on with us today, they're very similar.
Yeah, very much so.
You just got to be yourself. Nobody wants to hear put on and
Right.
like unauthentic stuff. And so talking about having a baby, everybody can relate to that. Most
Right.
people can relate to that.
Do you try to figure out who your audience is going to be, or do you just stay yourself and they're going to stick with you if they want to stick
One
with
of
you?
the big things about us is we talk about our lives, we talk about everything, and that can relate to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's very strange to have a rock show. We're on a rock radio station, Rock 105.3, in case anybody. And to be number one with women, and we are. And so women, men, everybody listens.
But you guys dish. You guys dish really good.
Listen, we love good gossip, right?
The tea.
So if you talk about gossip, anybody's going to tune in. So whatever.
What I want to know is, and we got to get our next guest on, but I want to ask this because I want to ask the Eastman. How do you guys do bits? You have some really funny bits, but they're not forced.
No.
Because I come from I come from AM world. I wouldn't even know how to do a bit.
Yeah.
But how do you guys do? You have to plan them out?
We don't like to do traditional things. We like to
Right.
make fun of ourselves.
Yeah.
And anything that we can embarrass ourselves on. People love that stuff.
So you're not throwing Thor out in the road in a thong?
We used to back in the day. He grew up.
They
or
call that a
whatever.
show tool. I think.
Yeah, nothing like that anymore. But, like Sky on our show, we love to torture her.
Yes.
And so she's the pickiest
Fish.
eater on the planet. So we make her eat terrible food every week. And so, just stuff like like that, you know, and people just, they literally eat
Do you
it.
recall when we had Ralph Rubio in here and she actually ate a fish taco with Ralph Rubio?
She said on the air one time, I'll never have a fish taco. And
Right.
the only way I'll have a fish taco is if Ralph Rubio himself.
And he was
so I
Tony
called up
Robbins.
Ralph and made him come bring her a fish taco, and he did. So, yeah, it was awesome.
All right,
Let's bring out our next guest.
who do we got?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ladies' Choice, the pride of Escondido, from Star 94.1, Jesse Lozano!
Oh, he's gone. Whoa.
Look at my beautiful wife. Sorry.
You know,
I gravitated to the
forgot-
Hot Guamanian girl there in the
What's
front
going
row.
on, man?
what did you say? You said the pride of Escondido,
It's Ladies' Choice.
Ladies' Choice. Oh, and the
I
heir,
ad-libbed that.
and the heir apparent,
job.
the heir apparent to Ryan Seacrest.
Hey,
we go.
Hey now.
Here we
The only
go.
time I hear it, my mom
Here
doesn't even say it
comes-
anymore.
How you been? How's your summer?
Man, everything's been great. I've been really busy. You can tell by the bags under my eyes, which is always a good thing. And I want to say thank you for inviting me to the sausage
Come on.
party. That's why I wore this shirt.
Hey! Mary's here, thank God.
Sorry, Mary, that was very
God.
disrespectful.
Can I-
I
It's
I thought the
okay.
lineup was all fellas today, and I would celebrate.
I'll sit on
and-
this side.
No, on my bad.
Do you know what's really great is that all of us in radio for so many years
Yeah.
were behind a microphone, and then all of a sudden monitors showed up in our studios. We had internet, and then social media came. You are the master of that. That new media is all media, and you capture. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how to post. I mean, Mary does it for us.
It's the only child in me. It's the I'm willing to sit around by myself and make a video and shoot a video of myself. I was the kid, Sully, that my parents would rent the video camera with the VHS that goes on your shoulder once a year, and we would set it up in the living room, and they would move the couch, and they would let me take my crutch and play the guitar, and I would perform, and I was already
oh,
making...
imagine that, you a performer.
Right, so I'm saying I was making YouTube videos back in the late 80s, but there was just no YouTube for it. So
Nowhere to go.
Were you have a talk show with your friends?
no, I was
that guy.
I was dance specific.
Oh,
I was a
okay.
performer, sir. I was like Michael Jackson.
Dance specific.
I learned later that I could chit chat.
Okay.
You were doing that. Wait, you were doing that young.
Yeah, I would have the video camera, and I would be the host, like the Johnny Carson.
Oh, sure. With the two chairs.
With my
Your
friends, and interview them.
You have the
on
refrigerator
couch.
box in front of you.
Yeah,
at the desk?
it'd be great.
Right.
Do the Karnak thing, throw it.
So today, when you're listening on the radio,
Yeah.
and you hear a song, do you still talk up the vocal by yourself in the car?
Kind of. Yeah, there's something that never goes away about that.
That's called hitting the post, by the way.
Post, baby.
And Eddie and Tommy and Jesse are the postmaster generals. I've seen you do it.
Thank you very
How
much.
long does it take to learn that skill?
Well,
That's
let me
a
answer
skill
that.
to
You
have.
could do
Oh,
it.
wait.
You could
Oh
do
my
it in a
gosh, you're a
minute.
dance coach. You know, or you've done dance, right?
I'm
You're
a
in that
dance
world.
mom. Yes, I'm in
dance
that
mom.
world.
So
Yes.
there's that thing where all of a sudden they feel the song and they know
Yes.
it's time to kick it real nice,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
how we feel. Like we feel that song, and right about when they're about to say their first lyrics, we know how to close it out on Star 94.1. Bam.
Boom.
Wow,
Post.
wow. I'm sitting in my driveway waiting for you to
Wow.
come back.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got that AQH. You got me in
That's
for the,
it. Now
for
you're
the next
locked,
deal.
and I got you.
And the biggest crime is what's called walking on the lyrics. So if you're talking all the way up until the lyrics pop in,
Yeah.
and you talk over them, biggest crime.
Or even sometimes if it's if there's a piece of the song leading up to the lyrics that's got a that you shouldn't be talking
Yeah,
over.
that's bad.
Yeah,
Post Malone does a lot of those. He does a lot of those. Post Malone, he'll give you 10 seconds of instrumental, and you go, okay, now I can stop talking. And he goes into another piece of the instrumental, but it's it's a change in the guitar or whatever, and like, oh, I'm not going to screw that up.
It's funny
Right.
because you guys do morning shows, and when I listen to your morning shows, sometimes you forget it's a music station until you happen to hear music stuff.
We would like to forget it's a music station. I would love to just talk.
Well,
for
there's
the whole
another
4 hours.
iconic music station, and we
That's
have
true.
a host here today. Why don't we bring
Yeah,
him out?
let's
because
do it.
We have the similar questions.
He's the worst looking of the three of us, just to give you the heads up.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Penn State to the New England Patriots to the Arizona Cardinals to the San Diego Chargers to 101.5 KTV, Rich Ohrnberger.
Very nice.
Welcome
Rich.
back. What do you got here?
He brings gifts.
I
Is this a tea
remember
party? What's happening?
Well, you brought furniture with you.
last time I didn't bring you guys anything, so I brought you a decorative ashtray.
Thank you.
Very nice.
That
That
was
looks familiar. Let me see. That
It's a
looks
tea
like
party. What's
that looks like
those are-
keys.
those are right.
That looks
that
like
was in the
Mary's
lobby.
car.
Yep.
And these.
You have
these
something that
coasters-
looks similar in the green room, but not that.
No, not this though.
It's
and it's
very
amazing
similar.
how you had these printed up for us too.
Oh, how cool.
Oh, wait a second. Do you guys know what these are?
That it would those I
are
brought
Sullivan
them
dogs?
for
Brought
you.
those? You had those made
These are
up?
Sullivan dog tags.
Specifically, right?
Oh,
You guys,
Sullivan dog
and you
tags.
can wear them, or you can give them to your friends. I mean, it is
Super cool.
gonna
really
keep mine.
great.
I'll set this over here.
Wow.
Hey, so question. I was watching, looking up and down social media right at the beginning of the college football season, and I saw some dude that looked just like you on the field at Penn State. What was that like? I mean, you were the man and all these legends right behind you, and you were leading it. Tell us about that.
That was unbelievable. So there's a chant at Beaver Stadium on football Saturdays where one side of the 110,000 capacity crowd shouts out, "We are," and then the other side responds, "Penn State." And it gets started naturally sometimes. Sometimes there's somebody on the field leading the chant. And they were honoring the 2005 Big Ten championship team. I was a part of that team. And so we get out to the end zone. They're about to announce us after the first quarter. And they were like, "Hey, would you want to do this?" And I was like,
As the lead?
"Yeah." They were like, "Do
Are
you
you
want
the,
to
are
grab
you the only guy from that team that ended up in an industry where you have a mic now, basically? 'Cause that's why they asked you, right?
So they were like, I'm like, "What am I going to do?" And they're like, "You're going to lead the chant." And I go, "The chant? What is the chant?" And they were like, "We are Penn State." I'm like, right. How do I get that started? They're like, "You say we are."
Pretty tough.
Yeah, so it went
that's
smoothly,
cool.
but to answer your question, it was an unbelievable honor. It was super cool, and I mean, I thought I was nervous at times coming out of the tunnel to play at Beaver Stadium when you are holding a microphone in front of 110,
That's a lot of people,
12,000 people. Yeah, you're just, I don't know. It's an odd feeling. It's a very weird
We
feeling.
won't bring up the season, how it's going for Penn State. But other than that, it's been great.
You can argue less than I do. Right.
All right. It's Ohrnberger. Eddie Pappani. Jesse Lozano. On the air, it's on the air. We'll see you in a minute.
Welcome to Loft 100 Studios, San Diego's Emmy Award-winning production studio, creative hub, and unique private or corporate event space. Host your next corporate or special event in our spacious main room. Utilize a green screen or our 3 million LED lights video wall to create the newest upcoming sales video, or record that podcast or YouTube show that you've been wanting to make happen. Take your creative endeavor to the next level at Loft 100 Studios. Scan the QR code or go to loft100studios.com to book a tour.
Great to see Sullivan the band on stage. Look at that. This live studio audience. Thank you guys for coming back. But, we had a lot of people think we weren't coming back. And you know what? Tom and I were two of them.
Really?
Stole my stuff. No, we needed a break. We had 169 shows without a break over the course of. Actually, it's not that big a deal. We can't say how many years it was because it really turns out like 3 shows a year.
Right.
Yeah.
We would do this
And keep it trendy. It was 106.7.
Yeah, all right.
What's funny about the 169th episode?
Yeah.
That was the one that Big Rich, TD, and Fletch and Kat appeared on. We thought we ended your show.
You killed the show.
Well,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
so 2 things, real quickly. If you want to be part of the studio audience, email Mary on the email that you see below the screen right here, and we'll let you in. I think we're going to say anytime we get 40 people or more,
Yep.
you guys get to pick the food truck,
Ooh.
and we'll feed you guys afterwards. Right?
I like
Bring
it.
that
That's how the band's
shawarma.
clapping on that one.
No, the band's like,
How many do we have?
We're at 39, so.
Hey, can I bring up the fact that even though it's not even close to being Thanksgiving yet, we have to talk about breaking and entering Christmas. Tommy,
Love it.
Oh.
what's happening? How many years in a row is this?
Wait, I think Rich is the only person at this thing that hasn't been intimately involved in some way in breaking and entering.
Yeah, Breaking and Entering Christmas started back in like 1996, 1997 on the radio with Jeff and Jer, and we still do it. We do it every year. We're approaching 30 years, which is awesome. It'll be on KUSI.
So am I, as a matter of fact.
It'll be on, it's going to air on KUSI on Saturday, December 13th. But starting now, right now, you can go to KUSI.com, and there's a little thing there, and you can tell us about a family that's deserving. You know,
Now,
a family that's struggling, and then we'll help them.
Well, what's important about this is, honestly, put as many requests as you can, because we're not just helping one family. You help more than one family.
We help one family ceremoniously on television,
right?
And then we help many off the air.
Yeah. So I mean, there's no limit to what you guys can do.
And I do want to say thank you to Jesse's show, Star 94.1, because for many years, at least 5, we did it on the radio.
Yeah, and when he says, you know, watch it on the TV on KUSI, you're literally watching what he does, which is collect 200 people at like 5 o'clock in the morning in the pitch dark. Everyone has one goal: let's go to this family's house. Then you see that, you see the caravan to the house. Then you see a family completely shocked that that the whole parking lot is full of people that are holding things that are for their family. What you see unfold when that's on is one of the best things I watch in San Diego on television.
I want to remind everybody that,
so good,
because I want to tell the story every year, but this started out as actually you were committing a crime. You actually broke in. You broke in and entered into someone's home, didn't you?
So it was around this time, back in 96, 97, we get a phone call on the radio, and I take it, and it's some dude saying, Tommy, I'm not looking for any handouts. I just need a job interview. I do construction. I'm a single dad. I have 3 little girls. And then we put him on the air, and our listeners loved him. And then we got him a job interview on the spot at a construction site. He lived in Kearny Mesa on Charger Street, which was down the street from the radio station. When he went live on the radio to his job interview, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to Kmart. Kmart at the time, remember that?
Right there.
And I went there with 2 shopping carts. I got a tree, I got some Barbies and clothes and food and just toys. And
feels like a regular Tuesday.
Yeah, and then this was all live. This was all live on the radio. And then I went to his house, knocked on the door, nobody was there, didn't hear any dogs. And at the time, I was able to fit through a window.
I see. We're training for breaking and entering.
Yeah, and I really did.
It was a
break
low
in.
sill.
and I broke in. I set up the tree. I set up the gifts. And at the end, I'm describing how it looked. And then I was kicking back by the piano live on the radio as I was just describing things. And I noticed a family photo of the 3 little girls, the dad, and the mom.
And once again, the mom had passed, correct?
And I didn't know it at the time until I saw the photo. There was funeral cards and a rosary and things. And then I got the chills. And then I felt her. Like I felt she was there watching. And I felt like she was saying thank you. And 29 years later, you're still doing it. Yeah, and then the next thing, the next year, we did it, when we asked for nominations. But the cool thing, remember, that was like 1998. And when you think of 98 in San Diego, what do you think of? The Padres.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then Wally Joyner and Steve Finley called me. And he left a note at the reception. Remember, back then was little pink slips. Yeah. And I got a note saying, call Steve Finley. And I called Steve Finley, and he goes, hey, we just listened to what you did. God bless you, dude. He goes, what do you do with all those extra faxes? Back then it was faxes. And I go, nothing. We just take care of that one family. And he goes, you know what? This is Steve Finley talking. He goes, give me those faxes. I'm going to take care of them.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, I will say, first and foremost, Little Tommy, you're the reverse Grinch, which is the coolest thing. Designation. And secondly, I want to rescind my gift, and I want that ashtray to be included.
You're in.
Yeah, big
Just point of fact, isn't that my ashtray?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We do have a big announcement.
That is undetermined.
We're going to expand breaking and entering to all the holidays. Breaking and entering Halloween. Breaking and entering Valentine's Day. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Breaking in.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Valentine's Day is going to get weird.
A little weird, but yeah.
So how do people get involved?
Go to get involved. You can tell us about a family by going to KUSI.com right now. You'll see the rules posted, and you can nominate a family. And then if you want to be part of our crew, that large entourage, you can email me, littletommy@KUSI.com.
You go through all those nominations?
Yeah, there's a committee, Lauren Finney, Andrea Tobias, me, and a guy named Scott Norris from my...
How do you possibly... honestly, how do you possibly go for... Because we read letters on the air here a few years back, and I'm thinking, yes, okay, yes on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, how do you do that?
You feel it. And,
really?
And, I didn't know I grew up poor until I was older, and I thought about life. And I was raised by a single mom, and so I know it. I know what it's like to be those letters. And so you basically hear a symphony in your head. When you read a letter, you go, okay, this is it.
You know it just right then.
And then you got to get everybody's approval, and then we vote, and then that's it. And then
Awesome. Sully, you know what we need.
Yeah, I know what we need.
I think
After that,
the best thing I love about this show is when Tommy sings.
yeah.
Can we, it's about to be the holidays. Can we get a song? Can we get a song from Tommy? You
come
guys
on,
want to hear Tommy
Fred.
sing? Let's hear Tommy sing.
Come on,
Ready? I will.
Can you, I know you're unprepared.
Do it.
Next break.
Let's go, Tommy.
Welcome to Loft 100 Studios, San Diego's Emmy Award-winning production studio, creative hub, and unique private or corporate event space. Host your next corporate or special event in our spacious main room. Utilize a green screen or our 3 million LED lights video wall to create the newest upcoming sales video, or record that podcast or YouTube show that you've been wanting to make happen. Take your creative endeavor to the next level at Loft 100 Studios. Scan the QR code or go to loft100studios.com to book a tour.
Every time we do this show, first of all, let me hear it for the band. Come on.
Incredible. The best.
Every time we do this show, I forget how fast it is.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I think we need a 3-hour version of this thing, right?
Let's do it.
I don't know about
Hey,
that.
Mary is our ringleader here, and she's responsible for our live studio audience and our food trucks and all the swag that we give away.
And
so-
HR, which I was going to talk to Jesse about.
I'm sorry about the shirt. You want to
All
apologize?
right. After the show, we'll have a talk.
Strongly worded email incoming.
Yes.
Got it.
Heard my last email. Jesse.
I don't recognize some people, but I recognize we have some regulars here.
We do. We have a lot of regulars whom I have come to just love and adore. Well, first of all, I got to shout out the P1s are
They're the
here.
best.
'Cause they're
Love it.
You need this?
Well, if they want to say hi to them.
Who wants to say hi? Okay, well, we got Roy and Pam over here. They're regulars.
Roy and Pam just got done.
From Challenge Athletes Foundation.
Yeah.
They just got done riding on the coast for 600 miles in 7 days for Challenge Athletes.
Wow.
Whoa.
Michael, right? David, Challenge Athletes here. Back in the corner, we have Wayne and Kathy. They're
wait a second.
regulars.
Do they have an on-the-air blanket?
Yes, they have blankets. Look at she brought hers.
Very smart.
Now, how do you get an on-the-air blanket?
You have to come at
That
least 10 times.
Is
Wow.
not official show swag, and our copyright lawyers will be in touch.
Yes.
Wait a second. You have a robe?
I've got a robe.
You have a robe?
We gotta get Rich a robe.
Well,
We're not
He's
going to
been
find
on
a robe
twice.
this big.
No, you got to be here like 100 times. No.
Can I at least get the rope string?
No.
No.
that's
I'm not
wrong
gonna-
and it's illegal.
Yes.
I
You can have a
gotta-
G-string. That's about it.
How am I going to find one this big?
Yeah.
The robe.
The robe?
size robe, yeah.
There's extension cord.
Triple.
They don't make them that big.
Okay, who
Quad
else
X.
we got? We got Marcia has been here over 10 times.
Yeah, Marcia.
I recognize people at this table.
Lauren has been here, and his wife
a blanket.
Bianca couldn't be here, but they're here.
Well, Jesse's wife has had to be here 10 times, and Jesse's been here 10
Oh,
times. right?
she hasn't come out to watch 10 times, but
Almost.
Yeah.
We've got Helen and Joe back there, right? David, oh darn it.
Close friends.
I
Close
really
friends.
love you though. I
He's
just,
got like 4 of 7 names right.
And then over here on this table, we have singer Jesse Lark,
you guys want to say hi? Hi, everybody.
and that's Kevin Viner. He's the guitar player and a magician.
wow.
Wait.
Okay.
Nice to see you.
Hold on a second. Next break.
One trick, right?
One trick.
One.
We'll throw the
One-
screen. We'll throw
one
the curtains
trick.
up.
With an ashtray.
Well, not yet. Not right here. Because you know why we can't do it here? Who wants
Wait,
to
wait, wait.
Tommy hear a song?
Okay.
Yes.
Saved by Little Tommy.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm not prepared. Hey, Jesse, come here. Jesse, get over here. Everybody, get on your feet. Sing along. On your feet. You show us everything you got. You keep on dancing and the room gets hot. You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy. You say you wanna go for a spin. The party just begun, we'll let you in. You drive us wild, we'll drive
Ohrnberger, Eddie Pappani, Jesse Lozano, on Sully. That is Little Tommy. We got Mary Bird Coffee. We got the Sullivan Band. I got a big live audience here.
Yeah.
And all the crew and cast of 100 Studios here in sunny San Diego, California. So great to have you back. You know, I was just talking to Rich and Eddie about how I've been back to the radio studio. You know, it's been not been that long since it was on air. I have not been back to the studio since literally COVID. I was saying, what's it like? And does it feel like the same place anymore? Does it feel like real radio?
Yeah, the cafeteria still serves pizza on
They have
Fridays.
cafeteria. Wait, I was there for 30 years. I don't remember a cafeteria. I remember a crappy lunchroom and a bathroom one time when I met Eddie the first time. We walked in with a Subway sandwich with the bathroom behind us.
Yeah, well, you got to sneak in a break here and there.
Like your studio's here, bathroom here. First time we met face to face.
It was a Jersey Mike sandwich. To be
That's fair enough. As long as that
The
happens.
number 13.
Yeah.
Goes well.
You're not missing a thing, basically, is what we're saying, Sully.
Yeah.
Did I hear though that you're responsible for Rich's radio
I am. I take full
broadcast career?
credit for Rich being in broadcasting now. We were on the Chargers broadcast together.
That's right.
We would do the pregame show, and Rich was a noob. You know, he walked in and he wasn't really sure about broadcasting.
Were you a sports broadcaster then, or was that a new foray
I did
for
both.
You did.
Well, I'll take the credit for your career
Okay, hold on a minute.
because we were at Star 100.
And we will all take the credit for Tommy's career since we listened to B100.
We were
the
at
entire
Star
time.
100.7, and we were the Chargers station for
Yeah,
a
that's
season.
true.
And
Yeah, that's where I started Chargers broadcasting.
Did you get heat when Lee Hacksaw Hamilton and then Mighty 690 and those guys went off and you guys took it as an FM? Did you get any heat from fans? Oh, did you
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, because when we were on Star, we tried to star it up a little bit for the ladies. You know, we wanted the women to watch football and listen to football.
Yeah.
And so they started doing some pretty wild stuff, and Tommy remembers.
Because remember, it was Lazovic, it was Lee Hacksaw Hamilton, and it was like Mighty 690.
We were the complete opposite. We did complete opposite.
So that you got.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. But when Rich came in on the Chargers broadcast, he was really honestly not sure he wanted to get into broadcasting, and he was like, you know what? Maybe I'll come on for an hour.
Kind of like the We Are Penn State.
And he only started for like an hour on the
do I do
broadcast,
this?
and I go, what are you doing, dude? You're pretty good at this. Stick around for the whole thing, and then next thing you know, big superstar.
He's leading cheers in front of
What?
110,000.
That
That's
happened.
how this happened?
That's how this
You
all
went
happened.
home and told your wife, this guy Eddie thinks I'm pretty good. Maybe I should do this.
That's a fact.
Well, what's funny is the way it really all happened was.
Thank you. Thank you.
So no,
rest
Eddie was
of the
an
story.
integral part of it because he was like, "You could stay for the whole show." I'm like, "I can," and he was like, "Yeah."
Oh, you thought you were being interviewed?
Yeah, well, yeah. He was like, "No, there's not really any rules."
No.
So he was like, "Grab a sandwich, stick around for hour 2." And it was a Jersey Mike's, oddly. Yeah. It was Jim Lazovic who no longer wanted to be on that show.
That's my part. Wait.
And he was like, Laz goes, hey, he was like, look, I am searching for my replacement. Would you want to do this when I can't do it? And I was like, I don't know. Sure, why not? And legitimately, it was by the, accidental fortunes and the kindness of complete strangers who sort of shepherded me into my second career. But after I finished playing football, I had no designs of being an on-air host in any capacity.
And look at you now.
And yeah, it's
And
kind
now,
of
when you
worked
listen
out.
to KGB, you're kicking off the brakes.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the thing.
geez, how'd that happen? I mean, you went from I don't know what I want to do. Now you're leading a show.
It was short straw.
Yeah, it really was. It was kind of like one of those things where they spun a bottle and they were like, well, I guess.
You know, Laz is iconic. Yes, remember we were talking about the Challenge Athletes Foundation and the bicycle ride. I met Laz through media, but he and I rode 600 miles in 7 days one year.
No.
And Laz did that every nickel of that ride from San Francisco to San Diego. And God bless Jim.
Awesome.
Yes.
Hey, did you say that there's a magician or a stand-up comedian or a singer somewhere in the audience?
You know, Jessie Lark, the female singer right there.
That's right.
The one that helped me sing, she's right there. But her guitar player is Kevin Viner, well-known.
Kevin Viner, the magician?
Yes, Kevin Viner, the magician.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Viner, the magician.
What have we got? Is this magician music? That's pretty on time.
Here's some magician music. You like that?
That was pretty.
That's on my old instant replay from back in Congo. You want to hear what else I got on there?
I like old radio technology down there. Can I get up?
17, I drank some very good beer.
And Kevin Viner.
Yeah. I love the intro.
Very good. Pretty cool.
So I grew up as a magician. I bill myself now as a mentalist. Basically, difference between a magician and a mentalist. Magicians, card tricks, coin tricks, things like that. Mentalist, it's nice because you don't have to have any props. It's all about people, right? It's about reading people. You have any kids?
Yeah, I do. I have 2 sons.
2 sons. Okay, how old are they?
They are 10 and 7.
10 and 7. Do you know
You're busy.
the time that either of them were born?
I do, yes. My first.
Don't say it out loud, but yes, you. But okay,
I
so
do.
You know, okay. We all have tells, right? We have ways we're giving away what we're thinking. If you're playing a football game, you're looking for tells sometimes. You're looking to figure out what the other team may do. I want you to count from 1 to 12. Thinking like the hours around the clock.
Okay.
And I want you to think about the hour at which one of these children was born. Okay. And we're going to be just looking, you know, audience at home, you can be looking, see if there are any tells, anything that Rich might give away with his vocal cadence, anything like that. Okay.
So.
Yeah, Eddie, intimidate him, please. It makes my job easier.
Okay.
So yeah, look at me. Count
Got a
from
little
1
tense there.
to 12.
Okay. 1, 2,
Whoa.
3. God, you're handsome. Where was I? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12.
Wow.
Okay.
Right.
So
I'm
here's what I
going 11
noticed.
and 12. I'm
Here's
going
what I
11 and 12.
noticed. This is how I would reverse engineer this. You lost confidence after you said the number 8. And I'll tell you what that means to me. Here's what it
can
means.
only count to 8.
Most people, they tend to think through like right after what they're thinking about. So I'm guessing it's probably a time in the 7 o'clock hour. Because then you got to 8, you felt like you had kind of done your thing, and then you moved on. Was one of your kids born 7 o'clock hour? Is that what you were thinking about?
Just say yes. It's
Yes.
better.
Is that true? Yes.
It'll
Okay.
be better for the show.
Now, I'm guessing because you froze up after 8, it was probably closer to 8, but in that 7 o'clock hour. Let's do this. Let's count by 5s, rapid fire, 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way to 60 as quickly as you can. Take it away, Rich.
I am not.
Wait, can
gonna
you
be
do
able
that?
to do that.
Is that a thing? Is that legal?
I
Go to
don't-
60?
Okay, all the way? All right.
All the way. Yeah.
Played football.
I know. It's good mental therapy.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Omaha. Sorry.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Right there.
50.
45. It was 7:45. Is that
It
the
was
time you were thinking about?
7:45.
Yes, read it, man. Thank you so much.
Was it really?
Is it because he was trying to fly through 45?
No, I just saw it. Kind of like what Tommy was talking about earlier. You just get a sense sometimes. You get a feeling. You're like, this is it. That's the piece of paper.
Yeah,
That's the
magic.
time.
Wow.
Yeah.
magic.
AM, yeah? 7:45 AM?
7:45 a.m.
Okay, cool.
Really?
Were you there?
I got a call. I think it went all right.
I feel like there's more.
That is
I
insane.
mean, we could try more.
Let's try. Let's go.
Should we try something else?
Let's go. Come on, kick it.
Let's see. I'm not prepped for anything, but actually, let's do this. This is gonna be for Mary.
Okay.
Yes.
so-
it is.
Yeah, get it.
Yep. Shift focus. I'm not with that.
Now I'm
The name master.
Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna take
make me
your
count.
photo. I'm gonna take a picture right now.
Yes.
Oh,
Tap her face so to get it nice and
Is
right.
that's nice.
close
That's nice.
up.
Great. Okay,
Give me the
so
angle. Down.
are we able to see? We're able to see that photo.
Here,
there?
no, let's do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
see that there?
Got it.
So
That's her.
That's a good picture of you, by the way.
Good job.
I want you to face me. I want you
my
to close
gosh.
your eyes. Okay. If I do this, did you feel a touch?
Yes.
Can you point to where you felt that? Okay. And if I do that,
Easy, mister.
you feel a touch?
I am HR. You know.
Yeah, she is HR.
Okay, so now here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to say a word, okay? I want you to just focus right now on any sensation. Don't say anything, okay? Just keep it in mind. And all I want is a yes or a no. Did you feel any kind of a touch?
Yes.
Can you point to the first touch that you felt?
Oh my! I probably have to go
And
home.
did you feel a second touch?
Yes.
Can you point to where that was? Okay, open your eyes. So I was touching your photo. I touched your nose on the
Did you
photo.
see that?
Wait, what?
Forehead on the photo. Here, you want to try?
Go do it.
Wow!
I don't like black magic.
Wow!
That's weird. You gotta go.
You got Wait, he's voodoo.
I need to text my wife a picture of myself. Stand by.
Yeah, I'll teach you two how to do that later on.
Kevin Viner.
Thank you all so much. We appreciate you.
We got a very special guest when we come back. Also, talk about Jesse's charity.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, on the air. Break entering Christmas.
Yeah.
If you want to be part of the audience, just email Mary and get in here. Maybe I'm once again, you've got your wife's sister on the show.
No, this is my real wife.
Do you
This is
realize they're twins and you can't tell the difference? I was just talking on the break whether you have different personalities and you don't.
Yeah, we're the same person. I tried to get her to come with me today, but she had to work.
Yeah.
That was confusing last time because
It
we
was.
had a couple of pops before the show and it was like, there's two of them.
And I'm always proud to say this because in a way, Jesse's my nephew because Natalie's my niece. He married my niece.
Wait, that's right.
Yes. And the reason why I brought you up here is because when we were doing the show, every time Jesse said something, you would be laughing. And that's so
funny
cool.
guy.
That's so cool after all these years that he still makes you laugh.
Other than rolling your eyes, right? Is that the point?
He does. I didn't even know the scooter thing was happening. He opened the trunk when we got here, and I was like, oh, what's that for?
Did you plan it or did you just know the scooter was in the trunk?
I do this stuff and don't think about it. I don't announce it. I just leave the house with a scooter, you know? And she's totally used to it. To be honest with you, the amount of times I turn the camera on and record her when she does not want me to be she does not want to be recorded, and then I post it immediately. She's so used to like this weird life that we live in social media that
Well, wait till you take over for Ryan Seacrest. That's going to be really big there,
you
Mr.
don't want
Fella.
that though, right?
Hey, hey, real
never
quick,
home.
tell us about One More Win.
Oh my gosh, our
Yeah.
next arm of the fundraising that we do with One More Win, which by the way, One More Win helps high school athletic programs here in San Diego. The next chapter is
You, by the way, let's stop. You help high school programs get equipment that they need that is not funded by the state or the state.
100%. A lot of schools have nothing, and they play against schools that have everything. It's one of the most imbalanced things you'll see in San Diego when it comes to high school sports. So we try to fill in the blank, and we help San Diego specifically as a city. But this year we're starting the Escondido Flag Football League, which will be the first flag football league for youth in Escondido. They do not have one. All the kids go to Rancho Bernardo or San Marcos.
Hey, listen, this flag football stuff's taken off. It's on television on the weekends. I got sucked into it for 2 hours the other day. I couldn't stop watching. It's got gals and guys playing. And if I'm not mistaken, it's an Olympic sport next year.
It is. It is. And I was talking to Jesse about it. It is so important to get kids involved in football. It's a wonderful sport. However, you don't need the collisions. You don't need that until much later on. You can learn a lot of the skills. And his efforts in the sports community in San Diego is not seconded. I am so appreciative for what you're doing because
Thanks, buddy.
it was
Really
people like
How
you,
do we get involved?
honestly, grown up,
Thank you,
changed
buddy.
things for me.
Well, we're taking sponsors as usual. We need people to sign up and get their teams from leagues that are in San Marcos and Rancho Bernardo and bring them into Escondido. Stay home, play flag football in Escondido. It's going to be kindergarten through 6th graders. You can find us right now. EscondidoFlagFootball.org or jump on Instagram, Escondido Flag Football. You can search
Escondido
the same
Flag
thing.
Speaking
Speaking of Instagram,
Yes.
I
don't
saw
know.
you post.
I'm on Instacart.
No, I saw.
And that's why nobody. I'm like posting stuff on Instacart. Nobody's even saying anything.
Yeah, I saw you sing one of my favorite Mighty Mighty Boss Tone songs
Oh, I saw that.
on Instagram.
So, Mighty Mighty Boss Tone's a big part of my career because when I opened every News Radio 600 Kogo afternoon drive broadcast, I played the impression that I get. And when we were going to do a cover, as I talked in the beginning of the program, they said, let's do Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. And I thought, okay, if we're going to do a video, anybody know Dickie Barrett? The guy who was the lead singer, founder, and the guy who wrote Impression That I Get. And the record label said, we know who he is. And I said, what would be cool is after the video, you just see Dickie's hands watching the video, and all of a sudden they pan out.
Yeah.
And if he likes it, well,
The ultimate cosign.
Yeah,
guess
right?
what? He shows up in the video, and I got a surprise for you. Guess who's here on the air? All the way from Sedona, Arizona, Dickie Barrett from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, Sully? How you doing, everybody?
What's up, buddy? Hey, you know what?
Not too much.
It's so funny about this song that it's iconic in every single age group I've ever met. I don't care if you're 12 and listening to the song or you're 65, like you and I. But congratulations on a great song. So what are you up
Like
to
you,
these days?
Sully, like you, not me.
Yeah, that's right. He is
a little
2
bit
years
younger.
He is
I'm a
2
little
years
bit younger, dude. Nice try.
That's right. So what do you
need now? What are you looking for now from me? What do you want to do?
I just want to
You
prove
want to
that
release the entire catalog?
Yes, I think we need to.
So are you going to release this impression that I get?
Yes, we're going to do that. We already released it. Did we release the song or just the video?
What?
Yeah, that's
Nobody.
right.
Is Rick DeVoe there?
Yeah, the manager.
I said you could record it.
Dickie, before I get down here, buddy, love you. Thanks for help on the video and everything that you've done for our music. But talk to me about your new band because I want people to listen to what you guys are doing now.
I've got a band called The Defiant. I made a record with some guys that were that think like I do. A guy named Pete Parada, who was in the band The Offspring. A guy named Greg Camp, who's in a band called Smash Mouth.
Wow.
Yeah. All those hits, all those songs from all those memes, he wrote them. And he wrote All Star. And then another guy from a band called the Briggs, and then another guy from a band called the Street Dogs. And but Sully, you didn't tell me I was going to talk to a member of the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I know. So
once great member.
Back to Patriot football, ladies and gentlemen.
You buried the lead.
I didn't know I was going to talk to a Boston.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, a mighty one.
The mightiest of them all, my friend.
Dickie Barrett, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I love you guys.
Thank you. Love you too, man.
Any chance we can see the video?
I mean,
See the video.
by the way, that is Dickie Barrett, uncensored.
So good.
That's who he is. That's the guy who wrote it. And if you want to check out the video, why don't we play it right now? And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for coming.
Have you ever been close to tragedy? Close to those who have? Have you ever felt the pain so powerful, so heavy you collapse? No, no, no way. Never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has. Which makes you wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good as the impression that I get. That's just my opinion, bro. Have you ever had the odds stacked up so high you need the strength most don't possess? Has it ever come down to do or die? You had to rise above the rest. No, well, never, 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 never. I never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has. Which makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get. Never, 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 no. I'm not a coward, I just never been tested. I'd like to think that if I were, I would pass. Look at the test and think that would further grace, so I might be a coward. I'm afraid of where I'm gonna find out. Never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has. Which makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get. Never had, I better knock on wood, 'cause I know someone who has. Which makes me wonder if I could, and makes me wonder if I never had, I better knock on wood, 'cause I'm sure it isn't good, and I'm glad I haven't yet. That's the impression that I get.
Not bad. Camera.